So we are this plantain farm and want to make a video on plantain farming in Nigeria. Come with me. Exposure for anyone who wants to go into plantain farming. Despite the fact that plantain farming has the potential to turn a farmer into multi-millionaire within a year, a lot of people do not still know what is in there for them in plantain farming. Why should you even go into plantain farming? It's easy to start, doesn't require a lot of money like other kind of plantation, and it's also it has a very wide market. It's versatile, it's large. It does not require you putting in so much effort to manage and to cultivate. If you have not so much capital and you want to venture into farming, plantain farming, it's the deal for you. So this is Summer Elizabeth. I talk about farming, agriculture, everything that has to do with agric and the culture as a whole. So come with me as we go deep into this session. The first thing I'll be looking at is the marketability. How wide is the market for plantain? Plantain has a very wide market. The demand exceeds the supply, and I don't think it can be exhausted. So you don't have to worry about the marketing and how you are going to sell your plantain. So meanwhile, we are doing the wetting of the farm today, so maybe you can hear some background noise. So ignore the background noise. So we are just going to go straight to the point. I don't want to beat around the bush here. I just want to go straight to the point. So let's look at your startup capital, your investment, the cost of setting up a plantain farm. First off, as I'm saying all of this, as I'm listing them, please get the pen and the biro and be writing down. So what's the cost of setting a plantain farm? I'll be using 1 acre as reference. So if you have an acre of land, you would need at least 1,000 suckers on the land at the spacing of 3 by 3 meters. But before we go into the analysis for your cost of setting up the plantain farm, I want to talk about the farmland now. Now you have your 1 acre of farmland ready. We'll talk about the preparation of the land. What are you supposed to do? You have your land ready. If your preparation depends on the nature of the land, if it's a land that is occupied with trees, you can do serious land preparation, bringing down the trees, the stumps, and everything that needs to be brought down. If it's just something that does not really have trees, you just need to clear, you can do the clearing, and then that's basically all you need to do. Get the place cleared and water the soil. If you are not in the raining season, you can just irrigate the whole of the 1 acre, and this is supposed to be done like twice before the planting. So basically what you are doing is you are watering the whole of the farm just to make the soil to be ready to accommodate the suckers that you are going to be planting. Land preparation really depends on the nature of the land. If it's a land that does not really need you to use maybe tractor, you can do manual clearing of the land. But manual clearing is a little bit more expensive than tractor. But because we are just dealing with 1 acre of land, you wouldn't be needing tractor because they will even come to your farm here, because they most of them usually make services of say 7 acres and above. So you can do manual clearing of the land if you do not have a tractor. But if you have a tractor, why not? You can always do mechanized for your land and get it ready for planting. Let's look at the suckers that we are going to be making use of. Most times for the market here, it's best that you get the elephant giant variety. Produces bigger bunches, bigger fruits, and does better than other varieties that we have seen. So it doesn't have to be elephant giant. You can use any hybrid variety, but please make sure that you are planting hybrid variety, because of you are going into commercial scale. So you want to do something that will be acceptable in the market, or that will give you more profit. You can get these hybrid suckers for as low as 100 naira per suckers, 150 per suckers, even 200 per suckers. So it depends on where you are buying your suckers from, depends on the time, the period, rainy season, dry season. So for the planting, you might need to hire people to help you to do the planting. But if you want to do the planting yourself, it's you just need to do the mapping of your farmland. You have cleared your 1 acre now. You know what the 1 acre looks like. If it's something that is straightly an acre, you can do the mapping and plant at a spacing of 3 meter by 3 meter. So if you are going into plantain production, you can do it at a spacing of 3 meter by 3 meters or 2 meter by 3 meters. If you want to produce suckers instead of the plantain fruit, then you can do 1 meter by 1 meter spacing. For the planting, you are going to immediately after you have done the irrigation of the farm, you have soaked your farmland, you are going to plant immediately. Now the next thing you want to do, you want to apply your manure. Now this can actually be done at any time, but what you should be concerned about is when you apply, you must be able to wet the farm, or you apply as soon as it rains, or when you know that it will definitely rain. So what you want to avoid is applying your manure to your suckers and then the suckers are not getting enough water. So that can get the suckers burnt and then kill the suckers. So your manure application should be done alongside application of water to the plants. So one thing that kills a plantain farm is lack of water. When water is not adequate in a plantain farm, it's going to kill all of the suckers. So please make sure that you have enough water to your farm and get your farm well irrigated. If you are doing the dry season farming, maybe you want to plant during the dry season, please get your irrigation system ready. And if you are doing during the rainy season, please plant as early as possible in the rainy season so that your suckers can get enough water. Let's talk about pests and diseases in the plantain farm. Common disease in plantain farm is the bunchy top disease. This I don't know, you might not be familiar with the name, but I'm sure you must have seen it in plantain farms. You know, the young plantain farms, those ones that are just like 2 months to 3 months old. You'll see some are like they're having stunted growth with yellowish color, yellowish brown or brownish yellow, whatever you want to call it, color, and then the growth is stunted. It looks like it's burning. So that's the disease. And this disease, it does not really have a cure. You can't really help it as soon as it gets into your farm. The only thing that you can use to prevent the spread of it is to discard the affected sucker. So if you have any plants on your farm, after planting, maybe after 2 months, 3 months, you begin to notice any of your plants having these symptoms like I just mentioned, then please, as soon as possible, remove and then throw away, very far away from your farm, because this can spread, and once it's spread, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So that's basically the common one that affects plantain farm. And then maybe rodents and then maybe animals in general can also affect your farm. But this disease is actually caused by the aphid insects, that's tiny insects. So if you are able to detect it as quick as possible, you can use insecticide to destroy them and send them away from your farm. The moment this disease gets into your farm, all you need to do is just to remove your suckers, the affected suckers, and throw them far away like Gino. So now you have your plantain farm and the whole thing is looking greenish. Next thing, you start noticing that weeds are coming up on your farm. Don't panic, you can actually take care of these weeds on the farm. You can do manual weeding and you can also use herbicide. Now the difference between manual and herbicide, if you are using herbicide for the weeds, it's going to reduce your cost of weeding. But if you are using don't mind me, but if you are doing manual, it's very it's more costly than doing using herbicide. So if you are using herbicide is ideal for a larger farm, while you can do manual for that's your size of 1 acre. So but if you must do herbicide, be careful not to also spray the herbicides on your plantain. If you want to do manual, I think they do it for like 15,000 naira per acre. So you see, that's going to cost you a lot of money. So but if at all you must do herbicide, please be very careful of your plants so you don't spray your plants also. And don't do the spraying when when there's wind. Do the spraying in the morning when the whole place is still calm, no wind. You will not be able to control your herbicide. So do it when the whole place is calm, no too much of wind and maybe breeze. So let me just list some challenges you are likely to face. As I'm saying all of these things now, it's looking like it's so sweet and easy, Abby. No, it's not going to be like that. I'll just list a few challenges that you are likely to face in your journey. First off, you will face the challenge of transporting your suckers to the location. So that's one alone. So it's always headache for people, so for farmers. So please be mindful that you are going to face these challenges, and also be prepared for adequately prepared for it. Another challenge that you face in your journey is people that will help you to plant. If you're able to get people that will help you to plant, before they even do the planting for you, you know that we are in this farming thing already. People that will also help you to clear. Labor as a whole is going to be a very big challenge for you. So the sooner you begin to prepare for that, the better for you. So now let's look at the cost of setting up a plantain farm, like the minimum amount of money that you can use to set up a plantain farm. For someone who has the land already, maybe you have your 1 acre of land already, you would need at least 400,000 naira to start up a plantain farm. So I'm just going to break this big amount of money into smaller bits for you to know all the things that you would need. Going from the land preparation, your land preparation for an acre should be about roughly 50,000 naira. You spend 50,000 naira on preparing the land. Your suckers, you are getting them, let's assume you are getting your suckers for 150 naira. You need at least 1,000 suckers on the 1 acre. So that's like 150, right? So plus your 50,000 naira for clearing, that's 200,000 naira already. So you also be needing to plant, right? Your planting should be, I think planting is done for like 15 naira per sucker. As at now that I'm talking, now it's not like you now watch this video in 2 years time, you'll not be telling you 100 naira. Presently it's 15 naira per sucker. So that's like 50,000 naira for the 1,000 suckers that you're planting. So that's how much now? That's 250, yeah. So the next that we are going to be looking at is transporting. Now this transportation actually depends on your location, your farm location, to the place where you are sourcing your suckers to your farm location. So but I am using something that is general that I have noticed in the southwest. So that's 50,000 naira should take your suckers to your farm if you are within southwest, if you are sourcing your suckers in this environment or in this region. So that's 300k, right, if I'm not making mistake. So we are also going to be looking at manure, the manure you are going to be adding to your farm, to your suckers. You're able to source your manure close to your farm that you don't really need to transport. So let's just say cost of transporting your manure and also buying the manure, let's put 30,000 naira. I am using based on the figures that we have been using here. The next thing, you might have other things that you want to do. So let's just say other things, 70,000 naira. So that's roughly 400,000 naira to set up. Now if you don't have a land, if you are in the southwest, if you are going to be sourcing your land in the southwest, you should get a farmland for around 200 to 250 per acre or even lesser. So that's like 650 to 700 for you if you don't have farmland yet. So that's an estimated cost of setting up a plantain farm. So you see that you don't really need a whole lot of money. But so let's talk about the revenue, your profit analysis. This is the most interesting part of this journey. Now, one thing about plantain farm is that you don't get to harvest everything at a go. You cannot harvest everything at the same time, so you harvest bit by bit. But generally, at the end of the year, you're expected to have an harvest of like 70% of the whole of your harvest for the year. So let's assume that, okay, out of our 1,000 suckers, we have just 70% yield. Now that's like having, let's use the figure like 700 plantain bunches is what we are having in the season. If we are going to be selling at the rate of 1,500 naira, let's assume that we are the farmers now. We are the farmers in the farm settlement. So the price is really going to come down. And I'm using the worst case scenario now. We are selling for 1,500 naira. I don't know how much it is sold in other places, but in this place, worst case scenario is 1,500 naira. Let's multiply it by 700. That's like 1,050,000. Yeah, that's what it is. So if you multiply that, that's what you are getting. Now you remove your initial investment of like say 600,000. Don't forget that you are not going to be spending money on buying suckers anymore. Your plantains are producing suckers already, so you can use the suckers and even sell excess suckers out of it. So basically you can sell at least 2,000 suckers in that particular season. Say you are selling the sucker for like 100 naira per sucker, you can have like 200,000 naira for just the suckers alone. So you see that you have a whole lot of money, and even after that particular year, the next year you're having huge return on your first investments, and this particular year you're not making any more investment. So you see that plantain farming is one thing that you should go into if you have access to farmland, and you can also do what is involved. That is basically all you need to know about plantain farming. So tell me in the comment section if you are going to be starting your own plantain farming the next rainy season that we will be going into in the next year. Let me know in the comment section, and I'll be rooting for you. If you need any advice, I'm going to be giving you all of the information that you need free of charge. So please let me know if you're starting up your own plantain farm.